Hello everyone, Irish Warlock here, and welcome back to part 9 of our Star Trek Resurgence Let's Play. Yes, I am back. I do apologise for all of you who are watching this content and wondering where I'd gone. I was working quite a bit and technical issues with my laptop. I had to send it off to be repaired and cleaned, and I only got it back today. I wasn't able to do any content, unfortunately, but I'm back now, and that's what matters. So, we're going to be picking up where we left things off in part 8. With Jara, we returned to the US Resolute and got into a bit of a confrontation with the captain who wanted to keep things secret from Starfleet about everything that's going on, essentially trying to protect himself. We then had a conversation with Captain Riker of the USS Titan via hologram, and basically at the first chance we got, we ratted out the captain to Riker, telling him everything, which has driven a bigger wedge between us and the captain that we do not care about. Riker told us that we should go look for an entity known as Portal 6-3, a sort of remnant from the Takan Empire that you would have seen in Season 1 of Star Trek TNG if you watched that. We eventually found Portal 6-3, who told us that these Takan who are taking over everyone's bodies are sort of an outsider renegade faction, and we shouldn't really be considering them as part of the Khan Empire, and he's agreed to help us try and stop these renegades. Back on the Atari ship with Carter, we found out that the ship was going to the edge of the galaxy. Thankfully, however, we were able to sabotage the ship's engines by jettisoning the warp cores into space, dropping the ship out of warp. Unfortunately, only Carter, Edslar, and the Major were left standing by the end of it. The rest had either been killed or, like Tosca, captured and turned into a Takan. So that's where we're going to jump back into everything. I'm really, really glad to be doing this again. I've missed this game. I missed just making content in general. Like, I got to finish Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which was nice, but I really, really want to just be playing games. And there's the portal.
There's so much I want to ask you.
There's so little I can tell you. I'm a portal, not a scientist.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just it would be beyond your understanding.
I can only assume this is one of your older starships.
Oi!
One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage.
Actually, the Resolute is one of our state-of-the-art starships.
That must be some sort of contemporary humor.
She's loaded with the latest and greatest technology in the galaxy.
I've never felt more unsafe.
Oh, I like this guy a lot. He's a bit of an ass, but I really, really like him.
Something wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Takan Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary, most lesser civilizations willingly joined the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict.
That's what we should be striving for.
Challenge.
Their greatest strength.
Ultimately our downfall.
The Federation prides itself on its inclusiveness. I'd say it's one of our greatest strengths.
As the Vulcans say, infinite diversity in infinite combinations.
Interesting. I'd be curious to meet one of these Vulcans.
I'm sure that can be arranged. I know Spock's gone, but we can probably organise something. Oh, we have a Vulcan on board.
If this is the best you have, then so be it. To locate this scion, Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
Full access?
Huh. You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here, completely in my mind. And with all due respect to your advanced technology, the simple fact is that I won't be able to locate him without it.
It's like Drax from Guardians.
Perhaps I should have made that clear up front. I'll need to make certain modifications.
You know, it shouldn't be a problem.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Excellent.
Solano's gonna flip when he hears this. I'll see you on the bridge. Captain Solano, I'd like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise. I can't say I've ever met a portal before. There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
I've learned it's a very prestigious position in Takan society. Or was, I suppose. Not just anyone is selected for the role.
And fewer still are suited for it.
How impressive. You spent 600,000 years at your post. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
You said you needed my help. I didn't come here.
Seriously, come on, Captain.
Perhaps that was a mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
Of course, the fall of the Empire had nothing to do with you. We know that.
Do you? Because it seems your captain has a different opinion.
I'm merely curious where your allegiances might lie. Clearly it's with the Takan.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties to the Takan, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Takan. That's why I'm here. And if you'd be so kind as to give me access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. And you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything?
It's our best shot.
Captain, I know it's a risk. But right now it's our best shot at finding Galvin and that ship.
Here she was, naive enough to believe it wouldn't be a problem. Little did she realize the levels of ignorance and incompetence she was up against.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you wither away back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of the threat the Scions pose. So myopic is your focus on your own ego. I will not be leaving until they have been found.
Commander Rydek, a word.
Look, Captain, you've got to realize, between you and the portal, I choose the portal.
And to think, I waited 600,000 years for this.
You realize this puts me in an incredibly difficult position. I was against seeking him out from the start, but now, to give him access to our systems? It's insane. And you somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Takan, and he may be loyal to the Takan, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin, and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally. I can't afford another screw-up. Losing the shield algorithms was bad enough. This could be the end of my career.
I'm sorry, Captain. You know I support you, but millions of lives and the future of the Federation are at stake here. Both of which are more important right now than your career.
It's not just mine. It's both of ours.
Then so be it.
I'm going to trust your instincts on this one. I just hope you're right. For both of our sakes.
Just keep driving a bigger
Let me
wedge
know if
between
you
me and the
find
Captain. But I really do not care.
We're good. You may begin.
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What kind of modifications?
To find Taconian technology requires Taconian technology. If this Scion Gallivan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours.
Okay, that's a little bit worrying.
The galaxy is nearly infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
How long
I
will it
found
take?
something.
I knew that would happen.
What is it? Galvin?
Someone is using Draconian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
Another
I'll
faction.
let the captain know.
What is going on?
Rydick to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
Oh, or is it actually Galvin, not another
I'm
faction?
getting all kinds of interference. Almost impossible to lock on the energy signature.
Where's he hiding?
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
Not until you get me closer.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all.
Damn right I
That's
was.
what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer. You always have my back.
I'm just glad it worked.
I'm just glad it worked and we were able to track him down.
Which wouldn't have been possible without your determination. So thank you for that. Nice work. Let me know if you find anything more.
Will do. What's wrong?
I didn't want to say anything until I was certain. But the reason for the interference is simple. There's a Draconian device on this ship being used to block the signal.
What?
Whoever planted it was exceptionally clever. They knew how and where to hide it. But they have underestimated my abilities.
Maybe it was Miranda before she left?
Engineering.
Take care of the Draconian device, and I can find Galvan for you. It's designed to interfere with all transmissions, or at least delay and confuse the effort to find Galvan's ship.
Hold on. My understanding is that Takan technology requires a Takan to operate.
Oh, I forgot
Is there
that part.
another Takan on this ship?
The Scions could have someone on the ship doing everything they can to stop us from finding Galvan.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed. We're going to find that ship. Engineers would have found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder. There's a lot of noise in here. I should scan the device putting out the most radiation to filter it out.
Alright, let's get scanning.
That's better. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here.
Okay, well let's block off some more radiation, I guess. Jeez, got a bit stuck there for a second.
A little bit of harmless radiation leakage here, but enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation. I need to find it so I could filter it out as well.
Hi all, ignore me. I'm not doing anything important or weird. Just keep working.
Jeffrey's tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There we go. I'm getting a clear tetrametric signal now.
Are we? From where? Hang on, let's just look around. Is there a way like upstairs? Or can I go downstairs there? Oh, here we are.
Found it.
Easy enough.
excuse me. Do you belong here? Commander Rydek. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was you.
Damn right you didn't.
Paul. Calloway, right?
Yes. It means a lot that you remembered. What, are you doing back here? I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
I was looking for you.
I was looking for you.
Under the console?
Dropped my tricorder. But I do need your help. Have you seen anyone else in here recently that might seem out of the ordinary? Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around. I'm here almost all the time, but maybe someone else noticed something?
That would be great. Just be discreet about it. I don't want anyone to be alarmed.
Discretion is my specialty.
It's him, isn't it?
Well, I'll leave you alone already. Oh, come to think of it, that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tylus?
That would be out of the ordinary,
Oh,
right?
please don't be Tylus.
Thank
I
you.
like Tylus. Come on.
Maybe Tylus saw something.
Maybe Tylus did it. Be suspicious. I don't want her to be her, but I should still be suspicious about her. Alright, let's just take a look around. No, nothing going on. Alright, let's just talk to Tylus then.
Tylus, can I speak to you for a moment?
Of course. Is something wrong?
Yeah, you may be a
There's-
traitor.
Something happening. I may need your help. This is important.
How can I help?
When you were in engineering with Dr. Duvall, did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Or anyone?
Not particularly. Why?
I found this, hidden in a compartment down there.
That's Taconian technology. Does that mean there's a scion on board? But Dr. Duvall bioscanned everyone. Every deck, every crew member, I've seen the logs. She couldn't have been more thorough.
It's entirely possible it was Miranda who planted the device before we caught her.
But we can't assume anything at this point. It could be anyone.
That includes both of us.
You want me to get scanned? Better to know for sure, right? I'll admit, I was around the scions as much as anybody.
I would feel more comfortable if you did.
I understand.
Clear.
Now it's your turn.
Sure.
Clear.
Don't sound so surprised.
You spend plenty of time with the scions as well.
Imagine if it was Jara.
I don't know.
That was just a little twist there. That
Let's
we
get
were
to it.
Scion the whole
The
time.
search starts in engineering. Whoever planted the device most likely did it within the last few hours. So I'll start by running a scan, tracking everyone who came through engineering over the last day, in reverse order.
This could take forever to sort through the number of people that were in engineering.
I'll filter out the duplicates.
That helps.
Filtering for outliers. People who don't work in engineering.
Now this is manageable.
Yeah, let's say the Hotari delegation, but let's put money on the captain.
Cross-referencing this list with everyone who's traveled to Hotari. Let's see who's left.
Oh, he hasn't even been scanned.
This can't be right.
What?
Of the people that went to Hotari and visited engineering, it could only have been Captain Solano.
According to this, he was here while you went down to Delphi RD4. Which would have been the perfect opportunity. And no one would question him. He's the captain.
He fits the profile for the kind of people the Takan want to bioform. People with authority that can lead to them gaining more control.
Like Galvin, the Queen?
The captain of a Federation starship. What happened when Dr. Duval bioscanned Captain Solano?
That's just it. She never did.
How is that possible?
Something more urgent would always come up. There was nothing she could do. But performing a bioscan is the only way to be absolutely sure.
That's not going to be easy. First thing I need to do is get this device to Portal.
Be careful. And good luck.
I'll need it.
I'm still not sold that it's not Tylis. I just don't want it to be her, but I think it could.
I've found the device.
And the captain could just be a red herring for the story. Oh, this game has me second guessing every single thing I do.
I have located Galvin's ship more precisely. He's in the Usonia system.
So then it worked.
This whole region was one of the most sacred for the ancient Takan. What many consider the birthplace of our civilization. See these comets and planetoids in the outer orbits? Based on their current trajectory, that's Galvin's destination. And legend tells us it's the location of what was once our largest arsenal. Not that we needed it in the late stages of the Empire.
Oh, that is
but
bad.
it was there. As a
That is
precaution.
really,
Yes.
really bad.
What kind of weapons are in this arsenal?
It's difficult to know what would have survived from the time of the Empire, but be assured that the damage they have done so far by altering your current technology will be minuscule compared to proper Taconian firepower. If Galvin and the other Scions secure the arsenal, they will become extremely dangerous. My people had such power at the height of the Empire. The Takan were as gods, keeping absolute control over countless worlds. I must speak with them directly. However, the presence of this device is worrying. It's highly likely it was placed here by a Scion, hidden among your crew, and it is unlikely this interference device was the Scion saboteur's only trap. If we reach Galvin and the saboteur cripples your ship, we will be at their mercy. Even my powers will not be able to protect us. Do you know who it is? They may well do more damage if left alone. Time is not on your side.
Look, I really think Portal is on our side, so I'm going to be honest with him.
I'm fairly convinced they bioformed Captain Solano.
I knew there was a reason I didn't like him. That explains it. Bioforming was so rare in the time of the Empire that I am not able to detect if it has taken place. Proof of your claim is something you will have to produce yourself.
Then we have to bioscan him. I'll talk to Dr. Duval.
That's quite the claim. You told me you were worried about him. But I never imagined this was what was wrong.
I wouldn't be asking you if there was any other possibility.
That would explain why Solano has been too busy for a bioscan lately.
As the ship's doctor, you have the authority to declare him unfit to serve.
If you're right, this is the worst case scenario. Challenging your own captain is a tall order. Are you sure you're prepared for this? If you fail, that's it. The end of your career. Maybe your life.
I don't know if it's possible to be ready for this.
I respect the honesty. I'm in. But we can't pull this off with just the two of us. I technically have the authority to make Solano undergo a scan, but in reality, he can and will refuse to do it. We need at least another member of the senior staff to support your claim, or this could all blow up in our faces. You better think long and hard about who you can trust.
Oh, who could it even be? Right, well, it's definitely not the chief engineer. I don't think he likes me that much. Maybe Vedrosian or Erdbot. I think it's one of those two are the best choice I have.
Down to one reactor. Thought we stop dead. At least stuck at impulse power.
The Takan enhancements must be able to brute force limited bursts of warp output.
Yeah, but they won't get to wherever they were headed at this rate. They're just limping along now.
So where does that put us?
Maybe I can answer that.
Okay, let's figure stuff out. Okay, where am I going? Oh, yes, this way. Here we go. So I didn't really get a chance to talk to you guys specifically, but how are you guys doing? What are you guys playing? Who is playing Baldur's Gate 3? Who's playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now? Because I really want to play it. It is currently downloading at the moment. I think it's got roughly like an hour and a half, 2 hours left. I'm hoping my laptop is going to be able to run it. I think it can. That's one of the reasons why my laptop was gone. It was getting like just a bit of a refresh and a clean. So I hope it's going to be able to run when I... maybe like I'll just give it a test run when I'm done recording. But we'll see.
I got the ship's heading.
They've changed course. Drastically.
Looks like they're headed here. Usonia's system. They might stop there.
Can we use the Zeldi's comms to signal your fleet?
Comm systems are locked.
Grab hold!
Oh!
The inertial dampeners can barely keep up. If they keep forcing this ship to make these short warp jumps, they're going to tear it apart.
Zeldi is still made by a Lydian hand, despite this Takan corruption. We'll hold.
We just gotta stay safe until Starfleet can find us.
Your people. Is there somewhere you go when you die?
Life after death? No. On my homeworld, some people think they can cheat death in a way by joining with the Trill symbiont. But that's not a life to me.
What about you? Is there another plane of existence for you? With every passing battle, as I get older, I think about it more.
Sure, let's say Card is a
Believe there's
believer.
an afterlife.
You do?
Yeah.
Then you should understand this. My people have a special journey. When Lydians die, we rejoin our comrades, family, and ancestors.
On the parade grounds of Cirella?
That is just one part of it, but yes. Death is not the end for us. So, even if some part of Itasca remains, by letting the Takan use her body, at best we are delaying the inevitable next step for her. At worst, we are leaving her as a prisoner in her own mind. You want to save the transformed. So do I.
Now that I've seen it happen, does it make me a hypocrite to say he has a point? What if we can't get them back? We can't leave them like that, right?
I think Itasca would want to be released. To think of what she could be right now. It's a torturous idea.
You're allowed to change the way you think with new information. That's how it's supposed to work.
The way you think and the way you feel don't always line up. I had a sister, a twin. It's very rare among the Trill.
You never told me that.
She was one of the youngest hosts to ever join with the symbiont. A sentient creature that lives in our body. It's considered a great honor. The symbiont can bring centuries of knowledge and wisdom to the host. But sometimes, the symbiont personality suppresses the host entirely. My sister was the closest person in the world to me. I knew she would be different after joining. But she drew more and more distant. The room we shared growing up was foreign to the both
Now
of
it all
us.
makes sense. Why she's so
Eventually
anti-symbiont.
or whoever she'd become, cut me out entirely.
Like every other trill we've seen in Star Trek is
So
very
I left the
pro-symbiont.
Starfleet and swore I'd never go back. I couldn't stand the thought of seeing her. Someone who looked like my sister. Sounded like her.
So, losing Miranda like this, it opened an old wound.
Never really closed up in the first place.
You remind me of Itasca.
I do.
Bonds are not made by what runs through your veins, but the blood you spilled together. Itasca was my family in that way. I want you to know there is nothing I won't sacrifice to win this fight. But if we're lucky enough to survive, I'd be honored if you'd count me as one of your tribe. As Itasca was.
Even a couple of engineers like us.
You are many things.
I don't need to wait that long. We've bled together. No one else will know what we've been through. That makes us a tribe. Right here.
I'll take that.
They don't cease this madness.
What is this place?
Is that the Veskar?
Another one of yours?
Not anymore. They've corrupted it, just like the Zeldi.
Now there are two ships.
That's the one Galvin has,
Did
isn't
this
it?
just get better or worse?
It certainly doesn't bode well for the crew of the Veskar. So many lives stolen.
It's worse. This is definitely worse.
Thanks. That really helps.
This doesn't look like the Ophelia. What are they doing here?
You don't think they're just meeting their buddies?
Maybe, but then why are their buddies here?
Prepare for transfer.
The storm! It's back! What happened?
Hold on. Scanning. Metric radiation is dropping. The Zeldi's dropped to minimal power levels.
It's running off just the one warp core now.
That means...
They've sent the Cartabula to that other ship.
Oh, hell. So everything we did in the warp core was for nothing in the end. Great. Mutiny on the Resolute. Star Trek really loves its references, doesn't it?
Something wrong, Captain?
No, nothing's wrong. In fact, I was just going to call for you. I'm needed down in engineering. The bridge is yours.
Gonna find your little devices missing, Captain. Right, Erdmont, you got my back. Better have my back. Well, I blinded her, so she might not be the best. If me and Erdmont have gotten along since the start, really. There's no issues. Yeah, let's just talk to Erdmont and see what happens. Or Irma.
Commander Irma, a word, please.
Of course, Commander.
I've been wondering on his voice for a while. I think it's Liam O'Brien from Critical Role, but I'm not entirely sure. I've seen the credits.
How can I help?
The captain may have been
I
compromised.
could Google it, but
I have reason to believe he's been bioformed and is now actively working against us.
Based on what?
Someone is sabotaging the mission. They planted a Taconian device in engineering. Captain Solano was in engineering while we were on Delphi Ardu 4, and he purposely evaded Dr. Duval's bioscan.
You and the captain have been at odds several times. You've disobeyed his direct orders and argued with him in front of the senior staff. However, you always did so out of concern for the crew or adherence to protocol. So I believe what you're saying.
ooh, that was close. Unless Erdmott's the Takan, then I'm screwed.
Why trust me with this? There were others you could have confided in. I may not have been the best choice.
You're level-headed.
In our every interaction, you've been level-headed and kind. Something this sensitive? There was no one else I could turn to.
I would be flattered, were the situation not so dire. When we first met on the starbase, I told you about the accident that took so many of our crew. You said you were sorry for my loss. The captain being bioformed. That's our loss now.
We will survive this. I have Dr. Duvall's support for relieving him of command. Once we get a bioscan of Captain Solano, we'll have the proof to make that happen.
He'll never agree to it.
He'll have to, if we confront him publicly. On the bridge. I need you to back me when he tries to refuse it.
You realize this will make you captain, don't you? Are you prepared for that? Especially under these circumstances. In this way.
I hoped I would be captain someday, but I didn't want it to happen like this.
Sometimes greatness is thrust upon you, as they say. You have my support. When do we act?
Now. Dr. Duvall is already on the bridge. She'll ask Solano to undergo a bioscan. Then we confront him when he refuses.
Into battle we go.
Now or never.
Right, let's pull a Michael Burnham.
Captain Solano.
Commander Rydek, we need to talk about... Doctor? What brings you to the bridge?
Just a bit of housekeeping. You owe me a bioscan, Captain.
I don't have time for that right now.
It will only take a moment. I can't put this off any longer.
You can, and you will. All you'll find is that I'm quite reasonably under stress given the circumstances, and you aren't making it better. I'll find you in sickbay when I'm good and ready. Or, if you're gonna stand in the way of the mission, I can find you in the brig instead.
Please, Captain.
Denied. Remember your station.
Commander Rydek is right, Captain. The safety of the ship is of paramount importance.
What is this?
We need you to comply with the scan, Captain.
That's enough. Drop this. All of you. I'm giving you a direct order, Commander Rydek. Stand down and go back to your post. Now. Do not make me tell you again. I've been a starship captain since before you were in the academy. I won't stand for this.
I'd follow that order, if you were actually Captain Solano.
Well then, there's only one thing left to do. Security to the bridge. Arrest Commander Rydek. Take her to the brig.
On what charge?
Conspiring with the enemy and mutiny.
Wait. With all due respect, Captain, Commander Rydek deserves the chance to defend herself.
You have no say in this, Commander Ermont. Sit down.
I will not.
This is not Captain Solano. He's been bioformed. He's a scion.
You're out of your mind.
She can prove it.
He sabotaged our efforts to track Galvin with this. He planted it in engineering while we were down on Delphi Ardu 4.
Lies! Perpetrated by the only Takan in our midst, Portal 6-3. He's actively trying to divide us from within.
Captain Solano has refused to be bioscanned because he knows it will reveal he's a scion.
Take her to the brig, or I'll do it myself.
Oh, who was that? Good, shut her up.
Wait! Stand down! That's an order!
This is outrageous. What is happening? Someone needs to make sense of this right now. We're going to run out of places to stash prisoners.
He's a scion. You have to believe me. That's not Captain Solano, as much as you'd like to think it is.
Oh, I really hope it's not the captain, or I'm screwed.
I can't believe this is happening.
I'm going to settle this once and for all.
I can really feel like my heart beating in my chest. I feel like I better be right about this. Come on, Doc. Come on.
Commander Rydick was right. Captain Solano has been compromised. He's been bioformed into a Takan.
Or it's the doctor. I didn't think that was a possibility. It could be the doc.
As the Chief Medical Officer of the USS Resolute, I'm relieving Captain Zachary Solano of command.
Take him to the brig.
That could have been so much worse. I hope you're all right.
I'm fine. Are you okay?
It hardly seems real. All I can think right now is that I will miss the captain. I've known him for so long. To lose him like this, it's...
We don't know yet if bioforming is truly permanent. There's still some hope.
That is a bit of comfort. But I know better than to hope too much.
Ooh, why did either two not like me for that? It's because I didn't trust them and go to them. Right. Let's take the captaincy. I am the captain now.
Set course for the Usonia system. Maximum warp. It's time to face Galvin.
Yes, Commander. Sorry. Captain. On your command.
Engage.
Oh, damn. Right into the fire.
We're taking fire! Red alert! All hands to battle stations. Shield status.
Set to maximum, but with the algorithms compromised, they may not do much.
Captain, that other Elydian ship is here.
The Zeldi?
We're outnumbered.
Captain, your orders.
Basic maneuvers.
Evasive maneuvers.
Aye, Captain.
I don't think we can outshoot them, but we can outfly them.
The Vescar's warp engines are powering up.
Our warp engines are offline.
That must have been their goal. They didn't want us to chase the Vescar.
According to my readings, they also took the Cartabula with them.
They're not breaking off. We have to destroy the Zeldi before it destroys us.
With Diaz and Edsalar still over there?
They'll need to evacuate.
Come on.
I almost have it.
They gotta know we're here. Hurry! You got it?
Got it. DS to Resolute.
We read you, Diaz.
This is Ermot. It's good to hear your voice. Is Edsalar? Is she with you? Everyone wants to know.
Yeah, we're both here. We're both okay.
Very good, Petty Officer.
Get us out of here?
I can't transport you out while the Zeldy's shields are up. Our phaser fire won't even get through. Is there another way off that ship?
We'll find a way.
Whatever you do, you'll have to be quick about it, because we can't give you much more time. We can't evade the Zeldy forever.
Understood. Diaz out. We're gonna have to get out of here the old-fashioned way.
Lydian ships have no escape routes.
What?
We can leave out that cargo bay we transported to before. But then there's the vacuum of space to
No, there's those crates we saw.
Those freight containers.
Yeah,
We
those.
could use those to make an escape pod?
Is that even possible?
We're gonna make it possible. Unless you have a better idea.
Let's go.
I've polarized the hull plating. That should allow us to take a few more hits. Enemy phaser impact dissipated.
Heading, Captain?
Sure, Beta.
Attack pattern Beta 3. Circle around that asteroid and come back firing.
Aye, Captain.
Zeldy, in range.
Fire!
Zeldy's shields down to 82%.
We're doing damage, but they're hitting us right back. We'll run out of hull before we penetrate their shields.
Perhaps I can be of assistance.
Where the hell did you come from?
I can modify your impulse engines to amplify their meager output and avoid more of their attacks. But I will need full access to your propulsion systems.
That goes against dozens of Starfleet regulations.
It's not a security risk if the alternative is destruction.
To me, it's simple. You can take this beat and hopefully weather it. Or will you put your trust in me? I've left everything behind for you. The least you can do is put your faith in me.
Let's go for it.
Commander Ermot, give Bortle access to the propulsion systems. You're going to have the ship in your hands. Don't let me down.
This will take a moment.
Your ship has let up its fire.
That gives us some time.
All right. One of these freight containers should do the trick.
Be quick.
We need one big enough for all of us to fit inside. Something we can make airtight.
Not enough room for the
Damn
big
it.
guy.
Not this one.
No way this'll hold up in a
Ooh,
vacuum.
that one.
Here we go. This'll work.
That's great, but it's not airtight yet.
No problem. Just seal it up.
This container is extremely heavy. Even with the containment field open, it won't leave the bay quickly. I'll find something to accelerate our exit.
Glancing blow. Very little damage.
I cannot keep this up
Their phaser banks are recharging. Now's our window. We have to strike back.
I agree.
Their next barrage could be our last. Better make this count.
Target their weapon systems. Take the teeth out of their bite.
That could make them run. Just like the Veskar, we'd lose Diaz and Etzelar again. Hit their engines. We've already lost the Veskar.
We need to protect ourselves first.
Sorry, guys.
Target their weapon systems.
Hi, Captain. Firing torpedoes.
Whoa. We gotta move it now.
These will give us the push we need.
Those are explosives.
We'll ride the blast right out of here. All set.
I'll set the containment field to deactivate, and then run back. We can detonate by remote.
We'll need to seal the doors from inside the container once we do.
Before all the air sucks out of the cargo bay.
Just a few more moments.
Hurry! What are they doing in there?
Oh, they're screwed. Oh.
Please, help me.
No. The Takan get what they deserve.
Don't leave me to die.
I don't know. Can we really leave her?
Not a threat.
Look at her, she's not a threat. It's now or never.
This ship has no weapons. Sidron's going to ram it into your Federation ship. Please, Armenta.
It's not her.
No. I know it's not.
Carter, we have to seal the doors.
You could have pulled her in by now.
Don't leave me.
Get this lifeboat off the ship before it can crash into the Resolute.
Come on, hurry!
Etzelar to Resolute.
Ooh, I'm not gonna lie, that was a bit tense.
Waiting.
Go ahead.
We're about to exit.
We see the cargo bay containment field is deactivated.
Get that tractor beam ready.
Zeldy's coming about.
They're going to charge the Resolute.
Direct collision would be catastrophic.
We can't wait any longer. We have to fire.
Captain, they're almost out of there.
We need to act fast.
Hold all fire. Get out of there, Petty Officer. Do it now.
You heard her.
Done!
Ready?
Detonate! We're out.
I have them on sensors. Tractor beam activating.
Screw that, just beamed them.
Locked on and ready to fire. Fire!
Oh, I hope Miranda got off.
pulled into the docking bay shortly.
There's something else. I tracked a transporter signal to the planetoid moments before the Zeldi detonated.
Sidron.
Leave him. Don't need him.
There's a Takan structure there. It's the reason they were here.
Oh, okay.
It's the reason we are here. Now.
I have to see it for myself. We'll go there together.
I had assumed as much.
Is this the Takan arsenal Galvin was after?
Legend says this region once held the sacred mysteries of the Takan Empire. Our greatest treasure. Our most fearsome technology.
I want a full security detail. Westbrook, Brodrosian, you're with me. Mr. Ermont, you have the con.
Wait. You're not the first officer anymore. The captain is supposed to stay with the ship. I'm surprised Lieutenant Bedrosian didn't raise that first.
I thought Captain Rydek knew what she was doing.
That's the protocol. But it's also a captain's prerogative to break that protocol.
I suppose it is.
We'll deal with the first officer vacancy when we return. Until then, Mr. Ermont?
Yes, Captain.
Oh, damn. Well, I think I'm going to end it here. I have a feeling we don't have much left in the game. This is episode 9, so I think 10 or 11 is going to be the last. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think we're going to end it here. That was a good episode to come back on. Worked out very interestingly and very well. Let's just go through everyone and see what's going on. So Captain Solano took Jara's actions as mutinous when she confronted him on the bridge and asked him to submit to a bioscan. Yeah, well, you're either a Takan or the doctor has fooled me. I have a feeling it's the doctor, to be honest, at this moment, but okay. Alright, Bedrosian, what's wrong with you? Lieutenant Bedrosian was insulted when Jara chose not to confide her suspicions with Captain Solano before confronting him on the bridge. I could only choose one of you. Get over it. And nothing about Spock. Westbrook was stunned after Jara chose not to confide in him before confronting Captain Solano. I don't like you, though. Why would I help you? Captain, Jesus, I'm promoting everyone now. Commander Ermont was deeply honoured Jara found him trustworthy enough to confide her suspicions about Captain Solano, and understood she was compelled by circumstances beyond her control. In the aftermath of the confrontation, once Jara became captain, Commander Ermont was buoyed by Jara's optimism and hopefulness that the captain might somehow be saved. Yeah, you're going to be our number one. I think, yeah, that's new. Duval admired Jara's honesty when she asked about confronting the captain. Portal 6-3 felt slightly less offended when after Jara defended him from Captain Solano's insult when they first met, but he couldn't understand why she tolerated his ignorance. And he found a growing trust in their relationship when she revealed who she suspected might be the scion aboard the Resolute. And I think it's just the ensign, yeah. Ensign Calloway was flattered to learn Jara had come looking for him when he discovered her lurking in engineering. It was a lie! Even though it did strike him as rather odd. Yeah. And Fakata. Edstar couldn't help but be relieved when Carter showed compassion and saved Itasca aboard the Zeldi. Major Ermadi was caught off guard when Carter rescued Itasca aboard the Zeldi, but ultimately respected the decision. Yeah, and did anything for her? No, that's it. Okay, well that is this episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm going to try and catch up as quickly as I can with all missing parts. Unfortunately, I'm recording this on Tuesday, and Monday and Tuesday were my 2 days off this week, which means I'm working every other day. So I will do my best to at least get a 40k bolt gun and a Final Fantasy 16 part out this week as well, just so there's one of each, and then next week we can take it as is. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. What do you think is going on? Is Captain actually the Decon? Is it the Doctor? Is it someone else? Is it nobody? And we've just been tricked by Miranda? What's going to happen down on the planetoid? What are we going to find there? Will Jara be a good captain? All will be answered soon. If you've liked this video, do leave a like and a comment. Your feedback is also greatly appreciated. Do follow me on Twitter and Medium to stay up to date on other stuff I have going on. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all content going forward. And I shall see you all next time.